of the list. From the debit list, under the heading for orders, item 1, WPPIA 3503 of 2014, along with item number 2 and 3.
डेबिट सब जो फाइल हुआ है,
Yes, Your Lordship.
everything right, sir. Yes, who all are appearing?
Affidavit, Your Lordship, 10th March, Your Lordship. This year, Your Lordship.
10th March on behalf of respondent number 3.
Yes, Your Lordship.
11th March also on behalf of respondent number
Yes.
3. And one 14th March also on respondent number 3.
Yes, and all the
different sectors.
yes, different PI.
So, how much percentage of work is still to be completed in the respective 4 packages?
Your Lordship, in package 1, can we see the page number 3, Your Lordship? The affidavit was filed in the March. That time the progress work was 72.92%, Your Lordship. And this month it was increased 6% all, Your Lordship. And it is now 78.63%, Your Lordship. In package 1.
78.63%. As on?
As on the 10th of May, Your Lordship.
Okay, 10th. Physical progress.
Yes, Your Lordship.
So the anticipated date, what is this EOT, interim EOT? It's an extension of time.
8th June, Your Lordship.
Anticipated date of completion.
Column, can you see the column 6, Your Lordship? Completion date is 30th November, Your Lordship.
EOT means extension of time.
Yes.
So this is the phase which concerns the ring road also.
No, Your Lordship. Yes, Your Lordship.
Ring road wala kaun sa?
Yes.
So there is interchange had not started. Whether it has started now?
Your Lordship, project director is here, Your Lordship. He is also joined, Your Lordship. He can explain more.
Project director of this package 1 also.
Yes, Your Lordship, package.
Ranchi project director is there.
Yes, sir.
Come on the screen.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. I am Colonel Kapoor, sir, project director for package 3 and 4. If you permit, in the meanwhile, I can cover package 3 and 4 by the time the PD of RC can join in, sir. He's already there, sir.
No. Oh.
The PD is already there. I've already noted from him, sir. He is given the progress as Vijay ji, आप please package 1 and 2
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, package 1 का 78% जो मैडम ने बताया सर वो हो चुका है सर और पैकेज 2 कंप्लीटेड सर.
तो पैकेज 2 तो बन गया है, which appears, लेकिन पैकेज 1 का ये इंटर
is back.
Two interchange in package 1 and 2 ROB.
Sir. Interchange actually initially D scoped. Now we are designing interchange, sir. Consultant has come, sir, and they are doing today traffic survey, sir. And accordingly, they will design interchange, sir. ROB is also, we are launching girders on ROB 1, sir. For ROB,
regarding interchange, when we last
under progress,
was
sir.
more than 1 year back, when we speak, please listen to the question then. Regarding the interchange, when we last took up 1 year back, we will then understand that yes, interchange is going to be done and design etc. is in the process of being conceived. But till today, that interchange has design etc. is not there, and only survey of the traffic etc. has been done or is being done.
Sir, actually we are making at grade level, sir, connectivity right now, sir. So road will be connected at grade temporarily, sir, and later on we will construct interchange. So for that, design is under progress, sir.
Road means road which had to cross through Vikas Vidyalaya, underpass through. All these are the roads which you are talking about, or some other
only interchange will come at Vikas and Rampur, sir, in exit and starting point, sir. Same location.
The road which was to be constructed across Vikas,
sir.
Some other road is also there.
Pardon, sir.
हम पूछ रहे हैं कि विकास विद्यालय के पास एक अंडरपास कुछ बनने का था पिछली बार जब हम लोग
सर दैट वाज कंप्लीटेड
कर रहे थे
सर कंप्लीटेड सर
दैट कंप्लीटेड
सर
अच्छा तो मतलब तक का काम जो है वो जो नॉर्मल रोड है उससे कंप्लीट हो जाएगा
हाँ सर इंटरचेंज बाद में बनेगा सर और रोड हम थ्रू कर देंगे सर पहले
विकास से लेकर रामपुर तक बन के तैयार होगा
सर आरओबी सर अप टू नवंबर तक सर नवंबर दिसंबर तक हो जाएगा सर बाय 31st दिसंबर वी आर प्लानिंग टू कंप्लीट दिस प्रोजेक्ट सर
ओके और पैकेज 2 इज 100% कंप्लीट
हाँ सर एक्सेप्ट तमार सर
Tamar means that overbridge.
Riding more, sir. We are constructing approach road only. UP is completed, sir. Approach road is under construction, sir. So Tata end is completed, sir. Ranchi end is we are constructing, for which 3 structure payment has to be done by DLO Ranchi. We are pursuing the matter and we hope, sir, we will resolve the matter.
अब जहाँ की बात कर रहे हैं वो राइडी की वहां पर वो जो एक बीच में बड़ा सा समझिए वो एक वॉल तैयार हो गया उसके राइट से ट्रैफिक जारी है वही जगह ना
सर जी लॉर्ड
तो जमशेदपुर साइड से उसका अप्रोच रेडी हो गया
यस सर
क्योंकि अभी 25 या 26 तारीख को हम लौटे थे तो जमशेदपुर साइड से तो काफी काम हो गया था लेकिन इधर रांची साइड से वो गड्ढे
आरई पैनल इज अंडर कंस्ट्रक्शन सर वी आर इरेक्टिंग आरई पैनल सर
वो कितने दिन में बन जाएगा ये
बाय 30th जून सर
ओके एक चीज आपको बताना चाह रहे हैं मिस्टर विजय कुमार एंड कर्नल कपूर बोथ ऑफ यू कर्नल कपूर यू remain on the screen
I'm available, sir.
Very well. What we want to convey to both of you regarding the ongoing packages 1 to 4 is that there is one markable say deficiency or lacuna in design which we have noticed during our to and fro journey to Jamshedpur sometimes is that at some places where there are villages right at the edge of the road, shopping area, say Radgaon, etc. Or at those places on both sides of the road where your flank starts, your design, we do not know, should have included the flanks of the road so that the villagers or the cattle or the persons using those shops, they immediately do not come on the highway.
So,
In package 1, package 2, 3, at least I have noticed. I am not sure about package 4.
sir, may I comment on this?
Yes, you please convey your.
These are called crash barriers, sir, which are provided to prevent access onto the road, sir. They are called metal beam crash barriers, MBCB.
Yes.
Now, now when the highway is designed for a limited access or controlled access, 100% crash barriers are provided, sir. Wherein local villages are supposed to use a service road, sir. Now, this highway has been made 4-lane with limited access, sir. We don't have a 100% controlled access. So, various villages, we have to leave those openings without the crash barriers, sir, for the people, the villagers to access onto the roads. Otherwise, we are supposed to provide service road and on all along the roads, sir, the main roads.
You see, from a practical point of view, in the entire stretch of road, at most of the places at the present, there are vacant lands which do not pose any immediate threat. The lands are also at a lesser grade, present a threat of seeing some cattle moving and jumping onto the road, main highway. But there are limited stretches of some villages or shopping area at Radgaon, maybe at this place, what we call Jharkhand. There is one place where a lot of tomatoes used to be sold. I don't remember exactly.
That is Tamad.
Tamari है वो at one stage. तो वहाँ पे you see the vehicles which are with the kind of roads which you have highway that you have constructed. The vehicles move at a speed around. They can move at a speed of about 130, 140 kilometers also. Maybe that is beyond speed restriction. But these stretches which we noticed, are those where there is a very potential threat of sudden coming onto the highway by pedestrians, villagers, or cattle. So it is not that we ask you to include in your design a complete crash barrier throughout the, say, 100 or 130 kilometers of highway, but there are places which you can say black spots.
Sir, we are going to construct foot over bridge at that place, sir. Estimate has been sent to headquarters, sir, for approval, sir.
So foot bridge will only be used if there is a crash barrier or more easy access than the foot over bridge to cross the highway.
Sir, point noted, sir.
So if it doesn't make much of a additional burden in your outlay, say a few kilometers at, or even not even few kilometers, half kilometer kind of thing, whatever you called it, you can think of including that. That would be a that would be a very great component, safety component for the traffic which is going on the highway also, and those who are on the bylanes or sides of those stretches. So you can think over it. You have so many design changes which have gone in the last 4 years or even before that. So if this can be taken care of, a lot of lives can be saved and many more accidents can be saved.
Point
Surely
noted,
we'll do
Milord.
that, sir. We'll do that,
Noted, sir.
sir.
Yes. In fact, the road safety committee also keeps on monitoring which are the black spots where accident takes place, and this could be potential black spots if they have not yet become. So please think about this and give your if your authority or whoever is the sanctioning authority is convinced of our suggestion, they can incorporate it and get this additional work done while the highway is being completed. Yes, now we come to package number 3 and 4.
Madam, may I say something?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Package 3, as of now, 16-kilometer road stretch, we are at 72.12% of progress, sir. However, March, when I had filed the affidavit, sir, I had said I'll be de-scoping 1.050 road stretch, which is affected by the construction of railway overbridge, sir. So that, yes, sir. Now that proposal has been agreed to by the headquarter NHAI, and we have delinked that scope from the main scope, sir. So balance 15-kilometer road, I have already made it through, and we are anytime likely to start commercial operation of this road stretch, sir.
Okay, so this ROB stretch, what is the hitch now? The new design had been approved.
Yes, sir.
Railways had made some kind of.
So
that work is also going on.
I'll cover the ROB part, sir.
Yes.
Now the ROB is a 72-meter bowstring, 2-lane, 2+2 4-lane bridges. 2 bridges are supposed to come, sir, which is under fabrication. Which is under fabrication at Bhilai, sir.
Okay.
Now, co-located to the ROB, there is a vehicle underpass under which the Chandil circle will be created, sir. There will be a junction of 3 roads there, sir. So, these 2 structures, there are approaches to them which are affected by forest clearance, sir. The Tata side approach of the ROB, is part of Dalma Wildlife Sanctuary, and Ranchi side approach to the ROB is Saraikela Forest Department, sir. Both the proposal has been forwarded. The wildlife proposal has already been discussed as State Wildlife Board at Ranchi. The case is already processed. The case is processed with the state government. Now, for the Saraikela part, the forest clearance has been uploaded on the portal of Forest Department. Whatever observations raised has been answered to them, and now it has been under process with DFO Saraikela. So, considering the delay in that, even though my ROB work and the vehicle underpass work is under progress, I have delayed that part, but I have made the road through by strengthening the existing road on the original highway, sir.
Okay. So original highway was not very wide at the
Yes.
point where the
Yes,
railway.
sir. So the old railway overbridge is still in existence. We are using it. So this entire stretch is 1.25 lane road. We have 0 kilometers. It's a double lane of providing crash barriers, road marking, signages, and so that the traffic seamlessly passes through from in between of 1.250 kilometers. And now, very soon, sir, we are awaiting the toll notification which is to be issued by headquarters, like Ministry of Road Transport. The moment it is done, I will start commercial operation of this road stretch, sir, package 3.
Okay. So just after that ROB, which lies in around or near around that Chandil junction,
Yes, sir.
your cemented road or a concrete road leading up to the toll bridge is perhaps almost ready.
Yes, sir. It is ready in all respects, sir.
And the stretch after that up to say Kali Badi Mandir or Kali Mandir,
Sir.
is that also fully ready or you have left over work?
Yes, sir. I'll just cover now. Package 3 continues from that toll plaza all the way to a place called Chilgu, sir.
Acha, Chirgu is somewhere after that what you call Kandarbeda or before that?
Before that, sir. Before that. Before that is Saharbeda and prior to that is Chilgu, sir. It is also called as Ghodaleng. The actual village's name is Ghodaleng, sir.
Okay. So till that point, package 3 road is otherwise complete,
Yes,
both lanes.
yes, sir. In all respects, sir.
Okay. And after that, for the rest of the package 4, in which there were stretches
Yes, I'll just cover now
within the
package 4.
city within the city of.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I had intimated the Lordship earlier also. We had de-scoped the city portions, sir, earlier. And
Yes.
now, presently, package 4, my progress is 86%, sir.
Okay.
It is a 44-kilometer road length of road, starting from Chelgu
Yes.
all the way to Mahulia, sir.
Yes.
So, entire road stretch, sir, all the structures are completed.
Yes.
There are 2 elephant underpasses, sir. The first elephant underpass is at Saharbeda, which has been completed. The
In
road
the
is
package
through.
4.
The second elephant underpass, I am talking about package
Right.
4, sir. So as you reach Kandarbeda, sir, that T point, when you turn right towards Jamshedpur,
Yes.
you go further ahead, the second elephant underpass starts, sir. So only that stretch, when I had filed my affidavit last time, I was having shortage of fly ash, sir.
Okay.
Now with regular coordination with Tata Power and Adunik Power at Saraikela, I have been able to get all the entire quantity of my fly ash. So the approaches to the elephant underpass are on the advanced stage of completion, and I am hopeful by May end the surface required for laying the bituminous part will be ready, sir.
Yes. Okay.
So this second elephant underpass will be through in all respect by June end maximum, sir. Maximum June end, sir.
Very well. And the third one?
So this is the only unconnected stretch in the entire 44-kilometer stretch, sir.
Okay.
Ahead of this elephant underpass, the entire road is ready, including Kali Mata Mandir. Now, So when you reach Kali Mata Mandir, there, just ahead of that, there was a third EUP proposed. There's a Nala going there, which was proposed earlier. Now
Yes.
it has been de-scoped, and we are now planning to make an elevated corridor all through above it, sir.
Elevated corridor means meant for the elephants or for?
No, sir. Elephant will go below it, sir. Because the city portion starts just ahead of Kali Mata Mandir, so
Yes.
there always used to be jams. So
Yes.
what we have done, sir, even though we are not waiting for the elevated corridor to come up, entire road stretch is now 4-lane, including the city portion, sir. City portion, there is a stretch of, if you would have traveled recently, sir, when you cross Kali Mata Mandir, so there is a hotel called City Inn, sir.
Right.
From City Inn right till Baliguma, sir, we have made service road 10 meters, 9 meters wide with a median of 10 meters in between. So this median has been left for the pillars of the elevated corridor to come up subsequently, sir.
Okay.
So presently, I am hopeful that by 30th June, this package 4 will be operational commercially or ready for commercial operation by 30th June, sir.
Okay. And your elevated corridor, at what stage is its construction or approval?
Sir, that is a standalone project which will have no bearing onto the existing road which will be used by the users. So as of now, the elevated corridor is DPR is under preparation for that, sir. So just to apprise you, sir, initially we had proposed 5.5 kilometers when we had de-scoped the city portion. But after I gave a presentation at Delhi to the minister, he recommended that it should cross the city limits. So now, and he also suggested that we should go in for a double-decker flyover. So accordingly, we are now making plans to make a double-decker flyover right from one end to the other end. So out of which the double-decker portion will be around 5.68 kilometer long, and the top level, which will be a seamless connectivity from one end to the other end, which will be around 10 kilometers long. So no, the vehicle which is not supposed to enter Tata Nagar or Jamshedpur will go straight ahead and get down beyond the cities.
Okay.
So that DPR is under presentation. I am hopeful that next 1.5 to 2 months that DPR will be completed, sir, and the tender action will commence at headquarters Delhi, sir.
So that elevated corridor, whenever it is constructed, that would not hamper the traffic on the existing 4-lane or whatever you have constructed in the...
No way, sir, no way. We will have a traffic management plan in place. As I said earlier, sir, I have left 10 meters wide of median opening in between, sir. And as per the latest technology, nowadays the column size have reduced drastically. So our column width would be not more than 4 to 5 meters wide, sir. Of course, some construction space will be required, but I have got enough space at the below the proposed bridge, sir.
So far about the execution of the 4 packages. One more area which we have been harping upon in the last few dates when the road was nearing completion was the speed factor and how the state government together with the NHAI with all gadgets, speed radars and police personnel specially authorized to check speed, overspeeding, etc., or patrol vehicles, they have been entrusted with the task or not, or whether it's still at an inception stage. This we want to know very specifically because the kind of speeding on the road because of very smooth surface and without any hindrance from any what you call traffic emerging on the road from by lanes or side lanes, the overspeeding is posing a threat and that needs to be regulated. So on that front, what has been done? Mr. Colonel Kapoor,
Sir.
you may first inform,
Sir.
then we will ask the state government to come.
Sir, I'll cover all the 4 packages, sir. We had got a safety audit carried out for all the 4 packages, sir. And
Yes.
as recommended by the auditors, we have provided all the number of signages for as precautionary and preventary boards. Wherever the road crossings are coming up, wherever the road median openings are coming up, we have put traffic calming measures in the form of breakers, that road marking paints, double layer road marking paints, yellow colored, which will actually give the driver a warning that he has to slow down, because that is what maximum. I cannot provide a speed breaker on the road because it's a design on 100 kilometers per hour, sir. So we have done our traffic calming measures there, sir. Also, for the night driving, adequate number of delineators, has been provided, sir. So, and wherever there are curves, we have put chevrons so that it indicates to the driver that there is a curve ahead. My point of concern is actually, which I have been bringing out in the notice of the civil administration very regularly. There are unauthorized trucks getting parked on the road, which act as because the vehicle coming from behind doesn't come to know whether it is static or it is moving. And I've seen accidents happening on the road wherein the vehicles are getting inside the vehicle, static vehicles. So this parking menace has to be sorted out, sir. Otherwise, it will create more problem in the future to come, sir.
So far as the regulation of overspeeding is concerned, has NHAI not got to do anything with the enforcement part, except what you have already stated of putting traffic signages or chevron or those indicators on the stretch of the highway?
Sir, enforcement would surely be the civil administration, the DTO's responsibility, sir. The police has to get into it, sir. They have placed people all along the road, but that is, I'm sure they would be able to answer it better as.
No, in other expressways which the NHAI has constructed, what kind of mechanism, speed control mechanism is laid? How do you put how do the others or you put the speed radars, or there are specific vehicles who can keep on moving and just checking the speed limits of vehicles passing through? What is the mechanism? At other places, say on that stretch of highway which bypasses that Delhi
Agra.
Delhi Agra, or the other one which just bypasses Delhi towards Meerut, that I don't remember, which was inaugurated by Honorable the Prime Minister about 2-3 years
Yes, sir, yeah. Delhi Meerut, sir. Delhi Meerut, sir.
Delhi Meerut.
Yes.
What kind of arrangement is there? Are you aware?
No, sir. What I am, whatever limited information I've got, sir, even though those speed guns would have been placed anywhere, so they had been done by the government, state government, sir. But I would like to add one more point, sir, in this. We have various CCTV cameras also as part of a package. The toll plaza will be having a control center wherein the live feed of the vehicles would be transmitted to that server room in the toll plaza, sir. So that whatever inputs the state police or anybody is required to have from us, that can be shared with them with respect to the vehicles. But the speeding part, there is no way with me how I can check or ascertain whether it's speeding or not, sir.
Right. What we have come to know is that the overspeeding vehicles on an expressway are intercepted at the toll plaza, and it is not possible on the highway to intercept vehicles because it will pose threat to other vehicles also. But at the toll plaza, they are intercepted and traffic challans are issued or they are booked for violations. So this is done with the help of those gadgets or CCTV which you install, or the state government or the law enforcement agencies have their own mechanism for that?
Sir, state government have their own mechanism. My CCTV will only be a repository of information in case any untoward incident takes place and the police wants some record, so that will be kept with us and can be viewed by them, sir. Also, we have the toll, we have 1033 helpline wherein accidents takes place and people can call up and automatically we are now GIS enabled. So the nearest toll plaza or nearest hospital is being intimated to the concerned person who's called up the toll-free numbers. But checking of speed, sir, it should be taken up by the state government, sir, by the police department for whatever checks and they can carry out, sir.
Now, have you also put up those, what you call?
Proposals.
No, this calling booths which are toll-free?
Yes. Yes, sir, we will be doing that, sir. It will be, the calling booths will be installed already on the process, sir. And once they are operational, because especially for package 3, some certain portion is unconnected. So it will be operational only when the entire road is through, sir. But for package 4, we have already installed, sir, and we are carrying out trials, day-to-day trials are on, wherein anybody can stop, call up the phone booth, and it will go directly to the toll plaza. That call will go to the toll plazas.
Okay.
So we call it incident management, sir, incident management, wherein after completion, there will be patrols, there will be ambulances parked at the toll plazas. And in case of any call coming from, it will be received at the toll plaza, and the person there will deploy these vehicles for the rescue of whatever action has to take place.
Very well. So, few more things which come to mind as a user, public also, and as a monitoring bench. One, of course, relates to the afforestation part, or what you call putting the hedges in between the divider of the two sides of lanes, or on the flanks also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So there, I noticed about 20 days back when I was traveling that at some stretch the growth of the plants in between both the lanes is good, but rest of the places either the plants have been so weak or of so small a size that they probably may not survive the summer season, and again they need to be transplanted. There are no protection for those plants till they actually grow up to a particular height. But on the flanks, I have noticed that there is a gabion kind of a thing, but some of those gabions do not have any plant because the plants have died, the gabions are only existing. Others, the plants are growing, but the gabions also disappear at intervals. One couldn't understand, because if the flanks are within the area acquired by the NHAI, then why they are not placed at some of the intervals or some of the stretches of the highway? This is one part. The second part is that mostly in package 3, mostly in package 3, package 4 I have not been able to travel that far. There are, in fact, at this stage also, when the road is almost nearing completion, there are relayering of some stretches which have undergone sinking, or for any other reason they have veered down. So whether those relayering, like a repair of the road, would be there, or they would be put into smooth surface like it is elsewhere also.
So I'll cover both the points, sir. I'll cover the second part first. The relaying is, you would have noticed in package 2 also we have done it, and package 3 also we have done it. So this is called micro surfacing, sir, because these surface, this work was allotted in 2019, sir. So wherever we notice that there are some hairline cracks or whatever place the surface become undulated, so we got it done again by the contractor at his own cost and got this micro surfacing done. Because since I am about to take over this road, so we ensured that he does up the job in totality. So wherever any shortcoming was noticed, even a slight shortcoming or hairline crack was noticed, he was told to get the micro surfacing done. So that is basic primarily to give a smooth riding surface, and for him, because the day I take over, his defect liability period again starts for 4 more years after that. So he has to look after that road. He is responsible for the road for next 4 years also, sir. So that is one part, sir. And coming to the plantation part, sir.
Regarding the micro surfacing which you just spoke about,
Sir.
will that relayering or micro surfacing, which is not even with the already existing smooth surface,
Sir.
would be smoothened to give it a appearance as if the entire road is of the same surface?
Yes,
or?
yes, sir. I got your point, sir. You would have noticed some days back when it was freshly laid, this micro surface is not supposed to be rolled, sir. It just adheres to sticks onto the existing surface, and with the moving traffic it starts shining and it starts settling down. If you travel now, sir, you will find it has already got merged with the existing road and it is a smooth surface available, sir.
Okay.
Now coming to the plantation, sir. Sir,
Yes.
plantation we are doing in median as well as avenue, sir. So avenue plantation, of course, wherever the avenue plantation has been carried out, we are providing those the tree guards. It can be in a form of gabions, those green PVC wires, or it can be in the form of 4 bamboo shoots, and there's a cloth, say, wrapped around that. So these are basically, as per IRC, any type of tree guard can be provided, sir. The only problem, sir, of course, whatever plantation we are doing, again, it also has its own defect liability period. It has to be kept alive by the person agency who is planting it, sir. You would have noticed, sir, in the median, the requirement of height of plant is around 60 centimeter, around 2 feet, sir. And those are generally bougainvillas, sir. So bougainvilla's strength is generally they are weak, even though they take a season or two to grow up and start flowering, sir. But onto the side, those are stronger trees, which are now we are forcing the contractor to get not less than 6 to 8 feet long height trees.
Right.
What has happened, sir? The entire country was doing plantation last year, so the availability of plant was very, very limited. So this year we have given advance orders to the vendors through these agencies who has given orders to the vendors who are Rajamundry based, Andhra Pradesh based, or West Bengal based. So we are now ensuring that none of the trees which are planted are less than minimum 6 feet height, sir. So whenever they are planted, they will be looked after. The thalas to be prepared, the whatever drill is to be carried out, they will be doing it. And our battle procedures already started, sir. June onwards, the plantation will commence. So
how long will these agencies maintain the plants?
4 years, sir. 4 years.
4 years.
Yes, sir. Yes, and there are heavy penal charges in case any casualty. There is a laid down norms of the casualty set casualty, because 100% cannot survive. So if it goes beyond, we are geotagging also each and every plant. So that is now recorded onto the system, and every plant is being geotagged. So there is no scope ki one can escape not doing it. He has to do it and he has to maintain it.
Very well. Yes.
Sir, so with the court order, sir, may I comment on the plantations?
Mr. Indrajit, your matter would come up after this. First, we finish off the NH-33 execution part.
My lord, I would like to comment on this, if I am permitted, on this very matter which is on the Ranchi to Jamshedpur.
Please,
my
wait,
lord.
please wait. Your PIL is...
My lord, this NHI has definitely taken very good efforts in plantation of trees as far as Ranchi to Jamshedpur is concerned. But my personal observation is the green plastic nets that are being used are actually is little not very pro as far as plantation growth is concerned, because we have seen very frequent forest fires in Jharkhand, and in few places those plastic sheets got burnt, and in return, the saplings got destroyed. So all the efforts of all these months in the affected places of the forest fires these saplings have been very badly affected, my lord.
Yes,
This
we
may
understand.
kindly be considered by the court and with the NHI also.
We take note of your concern. Yes, Mr. Yadav, you are representing the state government.
Yes, my lord.
We are particularly concerned about the regulation of traffic and overspeeding on the newly constructed NH33. And we have earlier spoken to learned advocate general who had appeared on previous dates.
Yes, my lord.
In fact, more than 2-3 dates we have been expressing our concern. Do you have something concrete today to offer to us on that front, or still you would be buying time?
My lord, in that regard, my lord, one affidavit has been filed, my lord, on behalf of the state, my lord, wherein some decision has been taken, my lord, that direction has been given by the deputy commissioner to for installation of speed guns and for patrolling, etc. But
Mr.
how
Yadav,
much effort has
Mr.
been taken by the deputy
Mr.
commissioner?
Yadav, listen to brother.
Mr. Jadhav, whether a deputy commissioner can pass orders for a national
No,
highway
no
with
order has not been passed, my lord. Meeting was held, my lord, wherein some decision was taken in that regard, my lord.
who has taken the decision?
My lord, the committee, my lord, the committee constituting of, my lord, the representative of NHI was also there, my lord. That was held on 6/3/2021, my lord.
What decision has been taken?
Decision has been taken regarding स्पीड गन, मतलब बैठक में उपायुक्त महोदय द्वारा पुलिस अधीक्षक यातायात को राजमार्ग पर स्पीड गन लगाने एवं नियमित रूप से
उपायुक्त कौन जिला का उपायुक्त? कौन जिला का उपायुक्त वहां थे?
मतलब उपायुक्त रांची के थे हुजूर, और रांची में ही
उपायुक्त अगर कुछ बोल दिए, according to you, that is the decision taken by the government.
No, that is not the decision.
And my question is, our question is, what is the decision taken by the government in this respect?
No concrete decision has been taken, my lord, with respect to installation. Some discussion
So we understand, Mr. Yadav, what we propose now, so far as the safety concern is there, we, whenever is the next date, probably at the end of June or July, probably at the end of June or first week of July, we will keep this matter. On that day, the heads of the concerned department should also be present.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
The secretary of the transport department, I think one of them would be the secretary of the transport department. The other could be home department, or the concerned high-level police official from the Directorate General of Police.
Because the policy formulation has been made, so Director General will say that.
And powers also need to be given. So the Home Department official will convey to us as to who all have been given the powers. Basically, all those who are on the highway patrol are not empowered to levy challans.
Yes, ma'am.
And what we see while traveling on the highway, that we travel with our own escorts and pilot. But at many places, even though the other side of lane is fully functional, the vehicles are coming from the same lane from the opposite side. And these highway patrols or traffic patrols are taking no heed of these vehicles. In fact, they are, such a kind of threat that if you miss them, it's bound to lead to an accident. So, those who would be designated officials of the police department who could levy challans, who could realize the Home Department we think would be the concerned department who will have to post properly designated officials, police officials, whether it is the sub-inspector level or inspector level or ASI level, who has to be empowered to levy challans to book the concerned violator of the who has violated the traffic rules. So this arrangement has to be done by your concerned department. Home Department, Department of Transport could also see as to what are the vehicles provided or speed guns, etc., speed radars, etc., whatever it is. If you have to realize the penalty at the toll bridges, who would be there at the toll bridges, toll plaza. So for all these information, we are giving you time, because Mr. Kapoor also said that by end of June, they are almost likely to commercialize the traffic. So when it should coincide with proper traffic regulations and enforcement.
You have to take a decision within which stretch, what would be the maximum speed limit.
Speed limit.
That has to be still notified.
It has to be notified, ma'am. Yes.
So we will record in our order today that the instructions are not complete as regards safety factor and safety regulations on the stretch of NH33. So on the next date, these officials would be present to assist us as to what policy and how enforcement is to be done. Mr. Kapoor, one more thing which came to our mind while this matter is still going on. There are stretches on some, what you call, flyovers, or in the stretch in package 1 which crosses through that hill area, Bundu.
Yes, sir.
There are lights put on in the median. Those lights, the energy expenses of those lights, or who will take care of those lights, whether they are charged, electrified, the expenses for that?
DJ?
Sir, that is borne by NHI itself. And we have also observed, sir, many times that light is not properly lighting in Bundu or some other places, sir, except Taimara Valley, sir. So we are talking with GM Electricity Department, and they have told that other connection has been given. So we have requested them to please make shift so that proper lighting in night at least can be given to public, sir.
We have also noticed that initially those lights were on when we used to come in the night, but of late, since last few months, I have also traveled twice. I did not see that the lights are on.
Sir, may I speak? Sir,
Yes.
actually what happens when the contract is completed, we have a second contract for operation and maintenance.
Very well.
Now this contract, these are all item rate contracts wherein the contractor has just to complete the works. The moment he hands over to NHI, NHI goes in for O&M contract, wherein in the O&M contract, the operation of the entire road stretch is done by a separate agency. So that includes the lighting, that includes running of petrol vehicles, that includes running of ambulances, everything. So now what has happened is a transition stage from the existing contract to the O&M contract. So even though the connection has been taken from the state government, the payment part has to be borne by the NHI till the time the O&M contract comes into place. So the problem what Mr. Vijay is facing in the package 2, where Tamad area and Bundu area, the light supply of light is very eccentric, sir. They keep it is not frequent breakdowns are there.
Okay.
Sir. Same will happen for package 3 and 4 also, but we are in the city portion, so I am hopeful that will not be there when we have it, sir.
these OM contractors are being appointed, or they will be appointed only after the
Sir, the bidding process is already started. The RO regional office is doing it for all the packages for 2, 3, and 4, sir.
very
So 2 would have been done, 3 and 4 I have clubbed it, and it is already in the advanced stage of finalization, sir.
So today we take note of the progress of the work, which is reflected from the table given in your affidavits of March, and also add to it the present percentage of progress or the rate of progress as you have informed us. We would also refer to few areas like interchange or that elevated corridor or that third elephant underpass as to their stages of designing or completion, expected anticipated date. We would also take note of the issues of plantation and resurfacing or microsurfacing, and the other safety aspect. And then we would post the matter, say it is today 11th of May, we would post it somewhere on 6th of July. So you get adequate time to complete your project on almost all parts, and the state government also does its bit to ensure that the safety part is taken care of by them. Okay. Please give your appearances, officers who are appearing for NHAI.
So I'm Colonel A.S. Kapoor, sir, Project Director, PIU Jamshedpur, sir.
Your name, and I think Mr. Vijay Kumar has been appearing earlier.
Sir, I am posted in place of Sir Sri A.K. Sinha, sir.
You are now new.
Yes.
This matter has been taken up. After over 1 year, since 22nd April 2021, when during the second wave of COVID, none of the parties could appear. Stop. The latest, on behalf of the NHAI, 2 supplementary affidavits were filed by respondent number 3. First, dated 10th March 2022 by Mr. Vijay Kumar, General Manager, Tech cum Project Director, NHAI, regarding the physical progress of work up to 10th March 2022 in Package 1 and Package 2 of the NS33, and also the progress of the work and the other affidavit has been filed on 10th March 2022 itself by Colonel A.S. Kapoor, Project Director, NHAI Jamshedpur PIU, indicating the physical progress of work up to 20th February 2022 regarding Package 3 and Package 4. The table containing the progress of work under all the 4 packages as delineated in these 2 affidavits, together with the incomplete works, show shown in separate table are being extracted hereunder for easy reference. Stop. Both the project directors have apprised us of the present state of physical progress of the work, that is up to 10th May 2022. Stop. The physical progress of the work under package 1 is up to 78.63%. Stop. The incomplete works show construction of 2 interchanges for smooth flow of traffic at Vikas and Rampur, which according to them is at the stage of survey and thereafter preparation of designs. But the stretch of road from Vikas to Rampur would be made operational without awaiting the construction of the 2 interchanges by 30th of November 2022, the anticipated date of completion after extension of time granted to the agency due to COVID-19 situation. Stop. Regarding the 2 railway overbridges, according to Mr. Vijay Kumar, Project Director of the Ranchi unit, the construction is underway and process of land acquisition at some places is under progress as well. Stop. In respect of package number 2, the total stretch of 77.300 kilometers is almost complete, except about 800 meters at village Raidi near Tamar, which is also on the verge of completion. Stop. It is expected to be the work at that place is expected to be complete by 30th of June 2022. Stop. So far as package number 3 is concerned, as on date, about 72.14% of the work has been completed. Stop. Mr. Kapoor, Colonel Kapoor has informed us that at the ROB junction at Chandil, the work has been de-scoped and the normal highway is nearing completion, which is likely to be made open for commercial traffic by end of June 2022. Stop. Since the construction of ROB over a stretch of about 1.245 kilometer involves forest clearance both at the Dalma end and in the district of Saraikela on opposite sides. The clearance from the wildlife at the state level is in an advanced stage. Stop. However, the commercialization of traffic would not get affected. Commercial operation of traffic would not get affected because of the delay in construction of ROB at Chandil. Stop. Regarding package number 4, Colonel Kapoor has apprised us that about 86% of the work has been completed. Stop. Out of the 2 elephant pass lying in that under package 4, one is already complete and the second one has been incorporated in the proposed elevated corridor to be constructed in the stretch of package 4, stretch of the highway under package 4, covering the area falling within the city of Jamshedpur. Stop. The remaining work of package 4, leaving aside the elevated corridor, is also likely to be completed by June end. Stop. He has apprised us that the work of elevated corridor is at the final design stage. Thereafter, preparation of DPR would be done. Stop. The construction of elevated corridor would not affect the traffic, normal traffic, for which adequate provision has been made by making side lanes to the highway crossing the city. Stop. Mr. Colonel has also, Colonel Kapoor has also informed the court that traffic signages and other safety features are being put in place across the entire stretch of NH33 under construction. Stop. He has also apprised us that the agency is carrying out micro-surfacing or relaying of certain stretches of road which have undergone undulation after construction, and they would be complete in all respects when by the time the work is the execution of the work is complete. He has also apprised us about the progress of plantation work being done both on the median and the avenue, that is in the flanks of the highway. Stop. He submits that a very strict specification of the size of the plants to be planted at the avenues protected by gabions has been laid down in the contract executed with the agencies involved in the plantation work. Stop. The agencies are required to maintain the plants or replenish the casualties for a period of 4 years. Stop. Each such plant is being geotagged to monitor their growth and progress. Stop. Colonel Kapoor has also apprised us regarding electrical works on certain stretches of the highway, which is also under completion, whereafter its operation and maintenance is to be handed over to an agency, to agencies who are being selected by way of a bidding process. Stop. वो जहाँ बाई लेंस लिखे थे ना, elevated corridor 10 meter service road. Stop. This court has flagged area of concern regarding safety of the traffic moving on the NH 33, and also the inhabitants living in the immediate vicinity or just by the side of the highway in villages or places where eateries, shops have come up. Stop. Colonel Kapoor, we have suggested that at certain stretches where the villages or such eateries, commercial shops are existing or have come up just by the side of the highway, the project should endeavor to provide crash barriers or what you call metal beam. Mr. Kapoor, kindly unmute yourself.
Sir, it is metal beam crash barriers.
Metal beam crash barriers. Metal beam crash barriers. Stop. So far as the regulation of traffic and overspeeding is concerned, these would obviate instances of accidents at those places which may in future become black spots on the highway. Stop. Adequate measures at the stage of construction of the highway would ensure safeguards not only for the traveling public, but also the inhabitants who are residing by the side of the highway at certain stretches. Stop. Colonel Kapoor has, however, submitted that so far as the question of regulation of traffic control of overspeeding, etc. is concerned, it lies within the domain of the law enforcement agencies, that is the state government. Stop. Para. Mr. A.K. Yadav, learned GA 1, appears for the state government. Stop. He has apprised us that a meeting of the Deputy Commissioner Ranchi and certain other officials were held last year to discuss about regulatory measures for traffic control and overspeeding. Stop. Be it noted that we have flagged our concerns about adequate adoption of road safety measures in the stretch of NS 33 covering 3 districts, Ranchi, Saraikela, Kharsama and East Singhbum, through a proper integrated plan. In our previous order, such as order dated 10th March 2021. Stop. It, however, appears that enough measures, it however doesn't appear to us. We had also expressed our concern about this issue in the order dated 27 January 2021. Stop. However, it doesn't appear that any tangible measures have been taken in this regard on the part of the state government till date. Stop. Since the NH 33 covers 3 districts of the state and any such integrated plan can be laid down at the level of the state government through the concerned departments such as the Department of Transport, Department of Home, etc. We are of the view that the state government would take would formalize a proper plan for ensuring safety of the traveling public and regulation of traffic over the entire stretch of NS 33 by deploying personnel duly empowered to book traffic violators and equipped with electronic gadgets like speed radar, etc., to have sufficient regulation of the traffic moving on the NH-33. Stop. The Secretary Department of Home Disaster Management Jail and Ekot Department, and the Secretary Department of Transport would take a decision in that regard, look into the matter, and a decision in this regard be taken at the level of the competent authority. Stop. Since the issues of safety are of prime concern, we would expect the officers concerned, that is the secretary of both these departments, to be present to assist the court on the next date. Stop. The matter be listed on 6th of July 2022. Yes, so far as the other matter is concerned, up to 15.
Your Lordship, in this matter, Your Lordship, I have also filed the affidavit, Your Lordship, on the same day.
Which matter? Hazaribagh?
Yes, Your Lord.
Okay. What is that affidavit?
That affidavit is regarding the plantation of tree, Your Lordship. And I have mentioned in para 5, Your Lordship, that what is the present status of the plantation, Your Lordship.
Okay. Mr. Samanta, you have to say anything on the Hazaribagh stretch?
Yes, my lord. May I be allowed to say, my lord, while referring to the court order of this very court of 10/3/2021, my lord had directed us that to provide IAS 1620 annexure 9, which is I had challenged the minutes of high-powered committee where they had arbitrarily reduced the girth size of trees to be transplanted from 14 inch to 7 inches, and which was totally done on arbitrary grounds. And my lord, I had provided that annexure 9, which have due acknowledgement on 19/3/2021. Further, court had directed NHAI to file an affidavit on transplantation work. My lord, NHAI has filed an affidavit on plantation. This PIL is of two categories. One is of transplantation and other is of the plantation. My lord, first coming to the plantation, since we have been discussing on the plantation, my lord, all the affidavits which has been filed by the state contains observation of the State Forest Department that though the plantation has been undertaken with the affidavits which has been filed by NHAI, proper care is missing. My lord, let me not go through all the letters, but I'll just quote one letter which says that proper care needs to be taken, and the weeding and the weeding part and the fertilizing part is missing on that. So that has been on year, and entire means the on 31st it started on 3/1/2019, where a DFO West had commented that around 80% of the saplings have died. Further, on 9/4, 9/4/19, 9/4/19, again, my lord, it has been commented by State Forest Department. If I'm allowed to just go through a line which says, ज्ञाता वन रोपण प्रदेश मंडपों के अनुसार वन रोपण हेतु उपयुक्त समय जून से जुलाई के महीने को होता है, परंतु आप पत्र से ज्ञात हुआ कि वन रोपण कार्य प्रारंभ कर दिया गया। पूर्व में ही आपके द्वारा गर्मी के भी मौसम में वन रोपण कार्य किया गया था। फलस्वरूप रोपित पौधों का उत्तरजीविता शून्य पाई गई। My lord, this was on 10/4/2019. My lord, again on 26/10/19, similar observation has been made. Rather than going into the details of those observations, my prayer before the court and to my learned counsels is that we must have joint effort to follow the protocols, the established general protocols of plantation of the saplings, so that we have a true green highway, which has always been a priority of NHI. Also, they have a policy of green highways policy, which we will all be adhering to that policy and to have a clean air. My lord, we have no substitute to arrest of pollutants to trees. The leaf area index is equally important to have clean air along the highways. My lord, most of the time, if we go through a website called AccuWeather, where the air quality index of all the areas which we are talking about, right from Jamshedpur to Barhi or even beyond, are absolutely poor. It is at times, it is at dangerous level. My lord, big trees are required to
Mr. Samanta, we understand all that. You need not enlighten us on those aspects, because everyone, including you and every person, whether on this side of the,
I beg your pardon, my lord.
we are aware of the level of damage being done to the environment, but whatever can be done humanly possible, that is being done, and that can be done through regulatory.
My lord, this very court had suggested the respondents to engage local like gram panchayats or NGOs, whichever way it is, to help them in the plantation work. And I think, my lord, while going through the endeavor of saving forest,
we follow your concern. We are proposing something. Amicus Curiae is present. Mr.
Lordship, I am present.
You are the amicus in this case?
Yes.
Very well. What we suggest is that before the next date, whichever time it suits you, you can make a survey, not from a very technical or a scientific point of view, but a survey from a point of view of an amicus curiae as to the real progress of plantation work and the growth of the plants on this stretch of highway up to Hazaribagh.
Gotcha.
They have filed an affidavit which is of 9th March 2022 at paragraph 5. They have
my
given
lord,
the
I pardon to be used to interfere. My lord, it may be extended to Barhi because that's part of my.
up to Barhi, Mr. Bakshi, you visit up to Barhi and give us a report. You can have few photographs or small video capsules also, so that we can have an assessment of the ground reality.
Yes.
Yes.
Very well.
And my lord, I would also say that regarding transplantation, even up to 7 inches, lordship, they have not filed any affidavit after 2018, because that was agreed by the high powered committee that up to 7 inches diameter, those trees would be transplanted. They had filed an affidavit in the year 2018. After that, the subsequent affidavits are only about avenue plantation, not about transplantation. So that present status is also not regarding transplantation of trees under 7 inches diameter.
UPPIL number 735 of 2018. Stop.
My lord, state has to reply to my IA as directed by the court, my lord. That has not been provided yet.
Okay. State Council, who is the State Council here? Mr. Ashok Kumar Yadav.
Yes.
Mr. Yadav, you have filed something in this item 3 also.
No, my lord.
So, do not know. Mr. Samanta was talking about some IA. You can,
Yes, my lord. IA, my lord, I am in receipt, my lord. Reply has not been given, my lord. We will file, my lord.
you seek instruction on that
Yes, my
IA.
lord.
A supplementary affidavit has been filed by the respondent NHAI through the project director, project implementation unit Hazaribagh on 9th March 2022, describing the details of plantation in the stretch of Barhi Hazaribagh of NS 33 till that date in the form of a table which is extracted hereunder. Stop. Mr. Sweetie Tokno, Land Council for the NHAI also submits that dead saplings and plants are being replaced with new saplings throughout the stretch and shall be completed before the summer season. Stop. The saplings are being properly matured and taken care of. Stop. Mr. Samanta, petitioner in person, has also attracted the attention of this court towards the earlier promise of towards the necessity of towards the issue of transplantation of trees up to a particular diameter. Stop. He submits that the affidavit only talks about plantation on the avenue of the highway and not about the afforestation of trees felled earlier. Afforestation against trees felled earlier during construction of the highway. Stop. He submits that interlocutory application
1620.
number 1620 of 2020 has not been responded by the state. Stop. Mr. Yadav, Ashok Kumar Yadav, Learned GA1 submits that he would seek instruction and respond to the IA. Stop. We have considered the affidavit. We have considered the submission of Land Council for the parties and the progress of the plantation work in the stretch of Barhi Hazaribagh of NS 33 furnished through the affidavit of NHAI. Stop. In order to have an assessment of the ground reality regarding the progress of plantation work in the avenue, in the median and avenue of this stretch of NS 33, we request the learned amicus curiae, Mr. Nipun Bakshi, to have a field visit and submit his report by the next date. Stop. You need any expenses, Mr. Baxi, or
No, Lordship, I'll do it, Lordship.
you can have ride on the highway. It is a pleasurable ride.
Lordship, in fact, one of my associates is from Hazaribagh, so he'll be able to help me also.
Very well. Stop. ऊपर में वाले में भी लिखिएगा जो पहला PIL था कि latest status report about the progress of the execution of the work be filed by the authorities of the project director NHAI before the next date.
Yes, sir.
The then Council for the State Government would also file an affidavit covering the areas of concern raised by this court. Today's order. Well before the next date of hearing. So, इसमें लिखिए. Then Council for the NHAI would submit further progress report in the matter as well.
Name of Mr. Pallav may also appear, madam, as the councillor will India.
Chand Pallav, Council, ACI on the cause list in place of the erstwhile ACI.
Much obliged.
15.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Kurmi, are you there?
Yes, my lord.
Now little time is left
My
today,
lord.
Mr. Kurmi. So, and we have a meeting from 4:30 also. So
My lord.
it appears that your case would remain inconclusive today.
My lord.
We can keep it on the in the reopening week on the virtual day in that case.
My lord, if virtual continues, then it's well, my lord. Otherwise, a date may be fixed, my lord. May I pray for lordship for 23rd of June, my lord?
23rd June.
My lord.
We don't have any difficulty, but that date we cannot give in this bench.
Pardon, my lord?
This is a different bench, na, so I cannot give that.
My lord. I'm sorry, my lord. I'm sorry.
So we will see. We will, if it is not, we are not able to sit today again, then we will accommodate you on any other date. Give us a suggested date. Meanwhile, if the order sheet of the proceedings can be brought on record, that is one area which we were.
In the meantime, I'll apply for that and I'll obtain that, my lord.
So you can bring it.
I will obtain that, my lord.
Very well. So 23rd June का नोट करके रखिए फिर हम लोग पहले बैठे थे उसी समय के ऑर्डर में. Very well.